Hello everyone, and welcome to the People's Friend Facebook Live for this week. I'm joined by Lucy from the fiction team and Margaret from the production team to talk about the recent 150th birthday bash that we held at Alvaston Hall Hotel, which was last weekend. I wasn't lucky enough to go, but Lucy and Margaret were, so we're going to have a chat about how the event went, and if you guys were there, please do share with us in the comments how you found it. I'm sure Lucy and Margaret won't be offended. So maybe we can start off with what was on at the event. What activities were planned for the readers there?
Well, we did have a few structured activities, as well as Warner's having their own. So Warner's have quite a structure going so that you can attend as few or as many or anywhere in between of their own activities. They had quite a lot of things like dance classes and other bits and pieces that were on. But we had specially friend-flavoured events on. On the Friday night, we all had a welcome to get to know each other, and we sort of had a dinner, and then on the Saturday it really kicked off with the friend quiz. How well do you know your friend?
Yes.
Which was really well attended. Everyone loved it, and it was great fun. So it was just a Q&A with friend questions and then sort of general questions. We had a film round.
We did.
It was really fun. Kathy from Warner's helped us out with that, and it was really good fun. Everyone enjoyed it. And then we had Angela's Q&A session, which was really interesting.
Fantastic.
It was interesting to hear all the bits and pieces from her, and also because it was so interactive with the readers, that all the little things that they wanted to know that we might not have picked up on.
So what sort of stuff did they want to know? What kind of
Quite a lot about the magazine and about the history of the magazine as well.
But also, I thought the questions were fantastic, and Angela was super. Obviously, her answers were great. But some things that came up more than once were, how on earth does your team manage to put out the magazine every week? How do you do that? How do you produce something with so much in it? And she explained that this is what we do. We have such a good, well-oiled machine that we know how to do it, and we know how to do it well. But it was great to hear people surprised and admiring us for the way we do it in such a short time. It makes you stop and go, oh yeah, we did do that. That was wrong.
Quite a lot of the readers felt there's so much in it.
Yes.
How do you have an opportunity to gather all that material every single week? And then one of the ladies was saying to me, but you have your specials as well, you have your annuals and all the little other bits and pieces that we do as well. And it was just, how do you get that volume of content together? So that was really interesting. We also did some craft. Margaret, you led the craft.
I did, yes, the first one.
Very well.
Thank you. It was decoupage. Those of you who know decoupage will know that it's fascinating, it's absorbing, and building up layers. For those who don't know what decoupage is, it's making cards or just pictures, putting layer upon layer, so you have a lovely 3D effect. So the fun was that everyone would make the card from the same kit, but no two would be the same, because some would put messages here, some would put a little on the card and some inside. So it was really fascinating to watch. And can I say, the men who attended the craft were fantastic.
Yeah.
Their final products were terrific. So if any of you are watching, well done.
The craft was super well attended. Everybody loved that. They really enjoyed it. And a number of the ladies said to me that they had maybe a neighbour whose birthday it was coming up, or an anniversary in the family, and it was suitable for that, because they were lovely. They were really lovely cards.
Very pretty.
Something else that we did on the Saturday, which I enjoyed very much, was our authors in conversation.
Yes.
We had Glenda Young and Annie Murray, and they talked between themselves about their books that they have out at the moment, and about writing generally, about writing for the friend. They were absolutely fascinating.
One of the things that came out there that was wonderful was Glenda, as a newish published writer, was talking to Annie, saying, how do you do this? What does it feel like? Because she said, I feel like I'm new on the scene. I want to learn from you. And the talk between the two of them, and Annie Murray was so beautiful and gracious. So it went really, really well.
And we have some signed copies of those books, which I'm going to devise a competition for later on in the month. So keep an eye out for that. So what else was going on?
On the Saturday evening, we had a photo booth, which was just so much fun, and everyone really enjoyed it. There are incriminating photos of us all, I'm afraid, on the Facebook page and the Twitter, I think, as well.
I shared them widely, I'm afraid.
It was great fun, you know, everyone really enjoyed that. It was a really nice end to the day. On the Sunday, we had more craft, led by you, Margaret, again.
Yes, gosh, and I'm really not a crafty person, so you were putting a lot of faith in me, guys. This one we got from Hobbycraft, and it was mosaic coasters, so it involved a lot of placing little squares of plastic onto a design, usually with your tongue out, if you're like me, going.
It was the concentration.
Yes. Again, there was a variety of designs, and I thought everyone did a fantastic job. And I had the easy part, you know, I had a microphone in my hand, and once I gave the instructions out, it was really a case of wandering around going, oh gosh, that's lovely, and what a good job you're making.
They really were.
But behind me, the rest of the team, oh my God, were wonderful. They were running around getting the next stage ready, which was grouting between the tiles. And I'm afraid I had the nice, non-messy, easy job of just strolling around.
That's the best job to have. Sure.
It was great.
As well as Margaret and I, there were Jackie.
Yes.
Jackie was there, and also fiction teams Alan.
Yes.
And obviously editor Angela was there as well.
Yes. But also Andy Williams from London, our advertising manager. He worked fantastically well. I'm sure he's had a new respect for People's Friend craft classes, and we all worked as a team. It was really spectacular.
And Radhika as well.
Radhika, I don't think she attended there, but she was such a great help.
Yeah, the whole weekend.
Yes, we really had a fantastic time, and I loved being part of this really super team.
It was great. And after that, Margaret hot-footed it along the corridor because it was the People's Friend past, present and future
to give
talk.
the talk.
To give the talk. This was a talk to tie in with our 150th year. Some of you may know that I'm a great fan of the archives, and if I'm not at my desk, I'm buried in one of the old books. So this was a great chance to talk to people about how we began and how we've changed over 150 years. So again, more talking from me, sucking sweeties to stop my voice breaking, but I hope everyone enjoyed it, and I enjoyed sharing with it. We had some stuff with us, the People's Friend Jilly Pan and old tea caddies, and people came up afterwards and just for a blather for that one.
There were some things on the stage as well that
Yes.
you had, was it old adverts?
Well, no, it was various, what we used to call them irises, and it was just a different stage of production when I started. So some of them are old covers of the magazines, some are old patterns, advertisements. So
The old patterns are amazing, weren't they?
So it was nice that people were able to come up and have a look and tell us, oh, I used to do a knitting pattern from the friend, or I remember I had a tea caddy. It's always nice to hear everyone's stories.
And maybe something a little bit about the process as well, because they don't do the irises anymore. So you got to then explain to them what the process of printing the magazine was a bit like back then, whenever the issues were from.
Absolutely.
When we were talking about back in the day, it was actually really lovely because a number of the ladies and gents were talking about the friend and what it meant to their loved ones, their mums, their nans and aunties, and friends in the street that they all had. I think because people in the old times, in the war times, were asked to pass their friend around, it really became, such a cherished thing, and
almost like a communal activity.
Absolutely, and it brought back good memories for a lot of people as well, just of their mums and how much they enjoyed it and the different bits and pieces that they enjoyed, So that was lovely too. We moved on from that to another talk, but completely different, from Neil McAllister.
Yes.
Neil McAllister, as you'll know, is one of our writers. He often writes the travel features, a native of Cheshire. So he gave us a talk all about Cheshire, and it's just brilliant. He was so funny and so interesting. He had slides as well, and just gave us a little bit of insight into the history of Cheshire. And well, he called it My Cheshire, and it was all about what Cheshire meant to him. It was fascinating.
Did he introduce himself as, I'm not Willie Shand, I'm the other one? Because I hear he does that.
He does that. I wasn't there for that one. I had to go and do other things. But no, he usually doesn't introduce himself like that.
We've been joined by Beth, who has said that she hopes we all had a wonderful time and congratulates us. That's very nice of you, Beth. Thank you.
And our final workshop was from Lucy and Alan. It was a story writing workshop, and I'm afraid I didn't attend that either, but I was interested to hear from the rest of the team how it went. Went very well.
It did. Do you know, it was just lovely. We had a group. We had decided we would have quite a smallish group of up to 30, just so that we could have time to talk to everyone, because everyone had lots of questions about starting to write for the friend, and Alan had lots of advice about characterisation and stories, plot, themes. I had a little bit of input about the poetry, and so if anyone had any question and answer again, we had a Q&A at the end, just if they wanted to know anything more specific about writing for the friend. And you're welcome if you have any questions, anyone who's watching, please just get in touch anytime if there's anything you're not sure about, story lengths. It was great, it was really lovely, and we had a really lovely mix of people who are already writers, people who would like to become writers, and people who were just interested in the process. And like that, although we're talking about the activities, on the last day, a couple of ladies came up to me and said they hadn't actually been to any of the activities. They had just enjoyed being there because they knew we were there and they enjoyed being part of it. And that's great as well. You don't have to do all of them or any of them. You can do as many as you want. And they'd loved their weekend. They really loved it. So it's just whatever works for everybody.
Yeah, and I did see on Facebook, guests at Warner's were starting to talk to one another on Facebook on some of our posts.
Did they want to meet for
dinner?
dinner?
Kind of linking up with one another, and that was very nice, kind of bringing people together. Obviously, I was in Dundee, so it was a bit more remote for me, but I was there in spirit.
Well, something that was nice that Warner's do as well is on the first day, if you go on your own, they have a little meeting in the morning. So if you feel a wee bit, I would really like to go to that, but perhaps I don't have anyone to go with it on those dates, or for whatever reason you would like to come alone. If you want to, you don't have to. You can go to the meeting and they put you in touch with other people in the same situation. So no one needs to sit alone if you don't want to. It was great. It was very warm. It was very friendly. And I must say, we did feel among friends. There was no pressure. There was just a nice friendly vibe, and everyone loved the friend. And also, we can't forget to say the cake.
Oh, beautiful cake.
It looked pretty spectacular. It came with its own fireworks, which was pretty impressive.
I got told it was made by Shop Sue.
It was Shop Sue.
Worked a lovely
Warner's. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Shop
Yes,
Sue.
thank you. It was really lovely. Everyone enjoyed that, and it was also a nice time for everyone to see Angela.
Yes.
On the Friday night. So
Be surprised by fire is what she told me. No one told her that there were fireworks on the cake until they set them off. It made for a lovely picture, I have to say.
There was lots of other stuff going on as well. There was a pool, which I unfortunately didn't get to, but looked great.
Warner hotels are amazing, and I think for most people who go along to our breaks, it's what do I do next? What can I do? What am I going to have to miss this time? I would love to try the archery ones, and I didn't get in the pool at this time.
No,
I did sign up for a meditation class and then didn't get
You're too busy crafting. There's no meditation.
No, but Warner are fantastic, and without their help, it's a real synergy between us and Warner.
Absolutely, they couldn't have done enough for everybody. Honestly, it was genuinely great.
Friend readers will go either to us or to Warner. They trust both to sort anything that they're worried about or any problems they may have. Although I don't think there were any. I think Warner were as happy. And for us, going back to Alvaston, I have to say, because although Lucy and Alan, it was your first time, Jackie and I had been before, and it was like going back and meeting old friends again. It was fantastic. They were happy to see us. They had everything ready for us, and we just These breaks are great. I mean,
It's what you want it to be, isn't it?
it is. But Jackie and I were thrilled that Alan and Lucy, you came along, and we tried to describe what it's like. We work, you know, we're doing a lot. We've got a lot to do over the weekend. But it's also fantastic fun, isn't it?
It is, and it's just lovely to meet everyone. It's lovely to meet the readers and for them to tell us what they enjoy, the bits of the magazine they particularly enjoy, and just lovely to hear their stories and what the friend means to them.
Yeah. And they can dance. Oh my goodness. I was on the floor with them, but I think I gave up. I think when our readers go, they're ready for a great weekend. And with the entertainment that was on offer, no wonder.
Yeah, the entertainment evening was excellent.
Fantastic.
There's also lots of other bits and pieces. They had a trip on each day. So
Yes.
the first one I think was Nantwich, and the second one was Chester,
Chester.
which I definitely would have gone to that.
That would
had
have
I
been
not been at
great.
work, yeah. But it wasn't really work. It was lovely.
It was kind of
it was an
work.
absolute pleasure.
It's not just that. Every Alvaston place is in beautiful grounds. So you're walking around and there's little alcoves, there's corners. There in the hotel itself, you could be in the ballroom on the dance floor, or you could be in a side room watching a film or just enjoying a piano or a singer. And there are lots of just little quiet corners if you just want to have a coffee and do your knitting or again, I didn't get the chance to do that.
They also have, there's a walk a mile.
Walk a mile.
So it's approximately a mile to Nantwich, I believe.
Yes.
So you can walk, and if you feel that once you've been there and had a cup of tea that you maybe don't feel that you would like to walk back, there's a bus. So, you know, it's close enough, it's far enough away that you feel really refreshed because you're away, but it's close enough that if you want to take part. But I must say before I go, and I don't want to forget, just a big thank you to everyone who came, because it was such a lovely weekend and such a lovely celebration for the friend, but it was so good to meet everybody.
It was.
It really was.
Can't wait. We're hoping there's a next one.
Yeah, I think
yes, November, I believe there is something on the cards. We'll be putting details of that out on the website and in the magazine in the next Watch the Space. I'm just desperately trying to get people to visit the website, can you tell? While you guys were at Alvaston, you had one of our lovely 150th tartan notebooks. And you invited the readers to share some of their thoughts about the weekend and about the magazine. I'm going to make a fist of reading some of these out. I left my glasses at my desk, so if I do some squinting or some stammering, you'll know why. So the very first one here says, "It's been wonderful. We'll have many happy memories. Love from Pamela from Runcorn in Cheshire." So she wasn't terribly far away from home, but obviously
Quite a lot of the readers had said that they were from sort of northwest, but a number had also travelled.
Well, we had at least one from Australia.
Yes.
Virginia. Hello, Virginia.
Hi,
If you're
Virginia.
watching, good morning or evening or night. Whatever it is
And
where
obviously
you are.
there must have been a few from Scotland. It's about 4.5
There
hours
were.
or so, the drive from
Yes.
Scotland to Cheshire. So.
There was a lady from Livingston who had come down on the train. So people do make a big effort to come to these things, and we are incredibly grateful for that.
Yeah, there was a lady from London.
Yes.
She had come on a number of buses and
I was
it was
gonna-
a big
that
journey
must have
for
been a
her,
bit of a
actually.
journey.
Yeah, but I hope it was all worth it.
I'm sure.
So here's another one that says, "Happy birthday to a long-standing friend, the source of many happy hours," from Margaret, Ruth and Lynn from Solihull. From Solihull, Coventry and Birmingham. So this was obviously a group
Yes.
that had come together.
Absolutely.
You can tell me if you recognise any of these names when I'm reading them. A wonderful magazine. My husband Peter took out a subscription as he loves it, and so do I. Patsy and Peter Brace from the World, which is also a bit of a journey.
Yeah.
I think Liverpoolish to Chester. I'm not great with
That's not too
geography.
bad.
But,
That was another interesting thing, just quickly, is the different combinations that people came in. A number of people came with friends, some came with husbands or partners, some came alone,
Yes.
and some came with sisters or mums.
Absolutely.
So there was a really nice mix.
there's another one. Thank you. I was introduced to the magazine whilst in hospital, and I've read it ever since. I wonder how many of your readers. Excuse me. I wonder how many of your readers. And then something else I can't read. I apologise, Ruth. I'm uncertain what that says. That was from Ruth.
Thank you, Ruth.
And there's loads of these. I mean, the guests obviously really really wanted to share their thoughts about how it went and how they feel about the magazine.
Can I just mention our lovely Craig French from the London office, who didn't come as a work thing this time, came as a guest and brought his mum, his auntie and his gran. So it was great to meet them, and Craig, as always, is a pleasure to work with. So.
A number of people that were on Warner Holidays not with us had seen us there, and they asked if they could come and take part, and of course they were welcome, and that was lovely as well. So, you know, the friend readers made other friends.
Yeah,
as
and
well.
that might be good for events in the future, or even if they're not friend
everyone
readers.
was welcome.
You know, you expose them to the magazine, and
well,
that's
at
all
least
that.
one person said went off to the shop and bought their first copy ever of the magazine. So, and the readers were delighted with the goodie bags that were in their room.
Oh yes,
That they
just
contained a
put in
lot
other
of
boxes.
stuff. Yeah, so
I would ask what was in them, but I saw the pile, and it would take us ages to list it.
It
That's
really
how many
would.
things were in there.
yes.
Anyway, we'll probably leave it there. So thank you very much if you had attended Alvaston with us, and thank you for joining us today. There will be another Warner event. It will be later in the year. We will hopefully be sharing details about that with you in the next couple of months. So if you missed Alvaston, there is another one, and maybe Lucy and Margaret will be there again.
Oh, I hope so.
I can't guarantee that I'll be there. Anyway, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week on the People's Friend Facebook Live.
Will do.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.